Hello guys and welcome back to another video. In this video we are going to be starting off by actually creating something. Alright, so in this one I'm going to be first creating a bowl in a way. Alright, so in order to do that, let's get started, shall we? First off, we need to use the 2D options we already have in 2D and annotation. So I'm just going to go back to 2D wireframe and then start drawing what I want to draw. Alright, so first off, I'm still in the 3D options. If you guys want, you can go back to 2D and annotations, so it's not a problem. Since this is kind of like a bowl, it's going to be a simple bowl. So first off, let me create the base of the bowl. Add a main outline of the bowl and then just give it some curves. Let's go with start and an angle. Let's say around 65 looks fine. And yeah, so this is gonna be the basic of your bowl. And next up, let's give it a fillet in between these two sharp endpoints. Alright, I'm gonna click on fillet. I'm gonna select the first object and then select the second object, but I did not give a proper radius. And give it a radius of 1. And if I click on this, you'll see it gets a bit more smoother, which is what we need right now. Alright, so now what we're gonna do is just join them and then create an offset. So I'm gonna create an offset over here. 0.1. Let's give it, yeah, just make it 0.1 offset. And there you go. That's gonna be a basic of your bowl right now. And now let's give it some marks. And this is gonna be a direction arc. First point, second point, and then in which direction you want. I'm gonna give it around 30 degrees. This, and for the bottom, it's gonna be a straight line connecting them. Right. So this is gonna be the basic of your curve. So let's get started. Let's go to surfaces and then create a revolve. So first we before doing this, we need to make sure all of this is joined together and into a single entity so this all can work properly. And then click on this, select the object to resolve, press enter, and then it's going to ask for the axis you want to resolve it on. And just create this axis and revolve around it. So I'm going to give it 360 degree, and there you go. Your bowl is ready. So right now, since it's in 2D wireframe, it looks like this, right? So if you do it realistically, it will look something like this. And there you have it, that's your bowl. So let's do some cutouts on it. Shall we maybe give some designs or something like that? And then after we finish this bowl, I will go into the next video where we can actually use visualize and actually see how visualize impacts it. Okay. Next up, we need to create some patterns. I'm going back to home where I have most of my 2D tools, and I'm gonna start creating just some petals maybe. So first off, to create petals, you need a center point and then an arc. Or in hindsight, you can also use the fillet tool. So let's see. I'm gonna create a diamond like shape like this. A bit too big, so I'm gonna make it a bit more smaller, which we can use it right on this part. our bowl, I guess. So small little line here, a small little line angle towards this. And there you go. So I don't need this reference line anymore. So now I'm gonna go check the fillet tool. So what I'm gonna do is select this first and then change the radius since it's too large to 0.2. And there you go. That's a little one side. Now all you have to do is mirror it. Just type in mirror and select the objects you want to mirror. Enter and then specify the axis in which you want to mirror. Array source, no, yeah. And there you go. That's your first petal. Now we're just gonna join all of this into a single entity. Okay. Now what we are gonna do is make the actual flower pattern. So for that we are gonna use the array tool. So using polar array, I need to specify the center point. So I'm gonna center point in range to this. And there you go. You have a bunch of petals now. So 6 petals is fine, but I don't want it 360. I'm gonna change it to 180. And then I might need to do some adjustments later on, but right now this looks fine. Right, 6 petals, maybe I can go for 7 to make it look even more better. Yeah, right now I have 7 petals. Now I am going to close the array and change its rotation to match with the bowl. So right now 270 seems to be the one, and enter. So there you go. I accidentally might have created multiple arrays. Alright, so this thing is done. So what I'm gonna do now is create the bowl, put this on the bowl itself. So what I'm gonna do is move this here to the center point of this bowl. Why not? We press shift and yeah. Now as you can see, it's in the center of this bowl. Now it's still not in a perfect spot, so I'm gonna just bring it up a little, do some tweaks here and there. And bring this outside. That way you can see it's actually projecting on the bowl itself. And it's probably best to turn off ortho when you're moving this around on your own, since ortho will try to snapshot to the nearest one. So here just turn off ortho in case you're having some problems with actually moving the object. Okay, so now that we have gotten this array done, we're gonna go back to surfaces and actually create a cutout. So first off, you won't have auto trim enabled, so just keep it like that, and I'm just gonna show you guys what it's gonna do. So since you use the array tool, you guys need to first explode this. If you don't explode this, it won't work. So if I explode this now, every single petal will be separate. Now what you're gonna do is just click on all of these and then click on project to UCS and then select the surface on which it needs to be projected on. As you can see now, it's projecting on the surface. So this is how you can like design patterns on bowls and stuff like that. And if you see on the opposite side, it also projected that. Alright, so this is happening because we don't have auto trim enabled. Alright, so let's go back to home view and control Z back so I can show you guys what this tool's main uses for. Alright, I'm gonna go back to home view, and we are gonna first explore again. Since I control set back too much, click on all these, or more like select all these, and then click on auto trim, and then we make sure it's clicked, and then project to the UCS. Now click on the surface you want to project it on, and voila, there you go, it has made an impression on it. Okay guys, hopefully this gave you an idea on how these tools work for a little bit more. In the next video we'll be seeing how to render it by giving it lighting, textures and other stuff. So see you there. Bye bye.
To obtain a course completion certificate, visit our site and finish the rest of the course video. Sign up or sign in, choose your level, watch the video and take the quiz. Finish all the quiz to unlock the final quiz and get your certificate. Happy learning!